The concept of affordable rent is subjective. Some landlords, particularly those in New York City, require that prospective tenants have an annual gross income of at least 40 times the rent. While this requirement can be helpful, it should be the only way to determine apartment affordability. Keep in mind that the 40x rent rule NYC does factor in any of your other monthly expenses, like student debt repayments, car or renter's insurance, and health insurance. What is 40x? 40x is a term commonly used in the rental industry, specifically in New York City, to refer to the income requirement needed to qualify for an apartment. The rule of thumb is that an applicant's annual income should be at least 40 times the monthly rent for the apartment they are applying for. Does the 40x rule make sense? The main purpose of the 40x rent rule is for landlords to ensure prospective tenants make enough money to consistently pay rent. At first blush, the requirement may sound intimidating, but it's actually not. For example, if your annual salary is $80,000, applying the 40x rule would mean you would need to be able to pay at least $2,000 a month to qualify for the apartment. $80,000/40 equals $2,000. Calculating your monthly rent payment. Experts suggest you shouldn't pay more than 25% of your net income for rent or mortgage, and that's after you've paid all of your other monthly bills. If you're able to do this, it's likely that you'll be financially stable enough to consistently make your rent payments. With this in mind, your monthly budget suggests that your monthly spending should be similar to the following. 1. Not spending more than 11% of your monthly income on food. 2. Not spending more than 5% of their monthly salary on transportation-related expenses like fuel, parking, and car insurance. And 3. Limiting spending on other things like entertainment, clothes, and savings. Do you have to make 40 times your rent in NYC? Many landlords in New York City require that prospective tenants have a minimum income of 40 times the monthly rent to qualify for an apartment. 5 ways to get around the 40x the rent rule. Even while budgeting with an income, the 40x rent rule in NYC can be tough to meet, but no worries, there are ways around it. Here are 5 strategies for still securing the apartment of your dreams if you don't meet the 40x rent rule. 1. Increase your security deposit amount. According to Adam Frisch, managing partner of Lee & Associates Residential in New York City, those who don't earn 40 times the rent for an apartment still have renting options. One of those options is offering to pay a larger security deposit during the application process. 2. Maintain a high credit rating. Your credit score is a big indicator of your renting ability. Start your apartment search by making sure your credit report is in tip-top shape. One's credit history gives landlords a glimpse into individuals' payment habits, which will likely predict how they will pay their rent. 3. Get a guarantor. Falling short of the 40x rent rule may mean finding a guarantor. Anyone can serve as your guarantor, as long as their salary is at least 80 times the apartment's monthly rent. 4. Partner with a surety company. A surety bonding company will guarantee and co-sign your lease for a one-time fee, which is usually between 5%–10% of your annual rent amount, or 15 months' rent. 5. Consider different apartments. If all else fails, look elsewhere. There are lots of apartments in New York City, and with a little hard work and time, you're bound to find one that you can comfortably afford.